Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the show of the shadow and the and you know. So yeah, we're doing dinosaurs.
That's right. Dinosaurs in space. Going along with our retro sci-fi month, looking through some images on the internet and from things I remember from when I was growing up. No, I'm not that old. But I noticed there were a lot of dinosaur-themed stories and magazines and books and comic books and things like that. And one thing that kept reoccurring besides the UFOs and the Martians were different kinds of dinosaurs. It got me thinking. We've got plastic dinosaurs. Why not turn them into space dinos? With a little bit of work and
Work that I'm gonna do today.
right. One thing we have to our advantage is this small collection of old archive sci-fi weapons. A lot of them, especially guns like this, are perfectly designed. You know, they're retro. They've got the little dish thing at the end. They're perfect. So I've used several of these retro looking weapons. You could always just use any firearms from your bits box. Games Workshop, always gives out a ton of them. So tonight I'm going to take this Stegosaurus and add him to the lot. Little guy.
Funny joke here.
And little guy is going to take this one and make up another one. I do have another one here, and we will base them later, but it's just easier to do all the super gluing at the end. But I'll finish this one off. These guys also do need a little bit more paint and some flocking, obviously on the base. But so far, I think they actually turned out better than I imagined. And, like I was telling my son here, with retro sci-fi, things don't actually have to make sense. They just have to look.
The point is that no one understood anything about space. So
and science. We're talking about the 40s and 50s. And when it came to science fiction, all that mattered was that it looked weird, looked different, looked like, there was sort of a, common theme, tight-fitting clothes, guns with weird rings and dishes at the end of them, things that actually never really made sense. But that's what we're shooting.
Radar still have that kind of design.
Right, but there aren't, even here in the 21st century, any guns that look like they have little mini radars at the end of them.
Because I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah, even our own stun guns and things like that, and our own lasers just look like flashlights. They don't really have anything that has that sort of
yeah, but
dish, cone things at the end of them. So basically, what we start with is either we have some super fine milliput here, and
yes, but she doesn't like that much.
I definitely like the regular milliput for this particular purpose. This stuff seems like it would be great to fill in gaps, in between gluing miniatures together or models together, and you've got a seam or a gap you need to fill. This is what I'd go with, not the regular milliput. But for some portions of these guys, I did actually have to go to green stuff that he's got all over his fingers, just to play around and keep it soft and pliable for this project. Now, he's going to start with taking it off his fingers, I believe.
You actually start with is you mixing it up.
Right. We've already pre-mixed it and let it set. One thing I noticed with both milliput and green stuff,
they're both a type of very similar to clay.
Yeah, they're very sticky at the very beginning, so you want to give it a little bit of time because it's going to take hours for the stuff to dry. I left these guys out in the hot sun for 6 hours, and they were still kind of soft.
No, I wasn't there, but I wouldn't say soft with things about it dry. I would say more just.
But I could still leave a fingernail mark in it if I wanted to after 4 hours. So let your milliput or your green stuff sort of air cure. See, it's sticking to this. We need something better than that.
Like the stuff that came in.
Yeah, but we're going to be using it up pretty quick. So when I started with putting the backpacks and belts on them. And then the cuffs on the neck.
Can I do those first?
Yes. So the cuffs I would start with the belt first,
Yeah, but that's the most simple thing.
Right.
Does it have any details on it?
No, nothing at all.
So just
Actually, this one does. I did try to make it look kind of like a stormtrooper belt with those lines, like where the clip pouches and stuff.
should I?
If you want, it's.
Also, I don't think it. I'm just gonna deal with the first one. Well, I'll see. But I do want mine to look as similar to his as possible.
That looks a little thick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
but
the point?
okay.
Well,
And then you're going to want to flatten it out. I'm going to take a little bit of this and start making him some pouches on his side, because he's basically a pack mule for these guys. I'm going to give him. I'm going to probably use this little shield and mount it on his back like a radar dish. Although I was thinking about maybe using. Remember the radar dishes we got with the Dungeons and Lasers stretch goals?
I feel like we should not. I guess it's stuck here.
Yeah, it's not fun to work with.
It wasn't that bad when I made it the first time, but I mean it's just milliput but exaggerated at the beginning. But it gets a bit better later on. You should have made it a lot earlier.
Yeah,
You forgot?
no, I just got carried away with other stuff. But that's par for the course
Was
with
that
this.
part of the backpack?
Yeah, you want to use it for the backpack because that's basically what I did, and then sort of squared it with these tools to try to make it a little more square looking. And then, as you noticed on the sides here, I put these little circular divots that really have no meaning, but I just thought they kind of looked cool. And then the other tool.
How do I make sure it doesn't have fingerprints all over it?
You can just work that later and smooth those out. Where's the tool that I use? Here we go. I think we'll just work on yours right now, because I didn't actually mix up enough of this.
We should have mixed up a lot of it earlier.
Well, with this stuff, I just put in. I had to put in a special order for more milliput from our local Hobby Lobby because we bought. Basically, we've been buying. We're probably the only customers buying it right now, but we bought out the very last 2 or 3 boxes of it.
Yeah, I can't actually work on this until it dries more.
Then go to the green stuff and start making cuffs.
Okay.
And you just make little snakes, and then put the snakes around the neck, the back end of the tail, the arms and the legs. And it was funny when I was initially painting this guy, before I painted the cuffs silver, he was starting to look like a dressed like Santa Claus because he had the red and white everywhere. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. So I definitely need to.
Why are you going to paint that white something else?
I'm not sure. I was actually thinking of keeping it white and using a gray wash on it.
It looks unfinished.
But yeah, I could use maybe probably just another metallic color for the backpacks, and.
I do think it looks very unfinished.
And I don't want to use brown for the belts, but I do want to use some color, maybe. I don't know, maybe gray or blue, but I wanted to, all of it to match. That's why I made all the backpacks the same.
But how did you get it to be so even?
Just patience, I guess. I mean, it wasn't easy. I'm not gonna lie. It was very.
Yeah, this milliput needs to dry a lot more.
One thing I found with these tools is to tap them when you're doing something. Tap it fast so that it doesn't stick, to get it the way you want it. But it's like you said, it's very sticky right now, and it could be the weather because I did this late at night and we had the swamp cooler on, and it was
Worse than last bad.
Yeah, it's pretty warm here today, and it's only going to get warmer. We live in the desert, and
It's either really cold or really hot.
yeah.
I'm going to take out everything because it's just not working. The belt was bad, but it just,
Oh man, that's terrible.
that's why you need to wait. Yeah, one thing that we've learned just now, well, technically he learned a while ago.
Well, I'm just being patient, and I'm not hating the results of this, but you know, I'm just.
I mean, you told me that you hated working with this.
No, I'm getting kind of the look I want. I just have to, you know, be with my touching. I have to be very quick, not to let it stick. And put a couple of these little guys in there. Just go on to the green stuff.
Yeah. Also, how do you make the rings around it look good and not bad?
I just flatten them.
Flatten.
Yeah. Yeah, and just make them very thin. There's the first pouch. The first pouch. Don't ask me what those little divots are for. I just thought it looked kind of interesting, just to give it some texture. You see, not falling over. That's good. I'll take all this back from you. Let's see if I can't put the other one on him. Yeah, this stuff is definitely a lot different than the yellow milliput.
Yeah, I'd actually call it worse. Well, I'd call it better at what I use milliput for, but worse at what he uses milliput for.
Yeah, it's
Which
it's
is
definitely you know, there's not a lot of information on the package, and it's almost identical what it says on both packages, you know, other than, you know, the super fine aspect of it.
Do you think washing would get the stuff off?
Yeah, you might want to just try that.
Yeah, so. So yeah, you continue working what you're doing. I'm gonna try to see if I can get this fixed.
Okay. See if you can find the scrub brush.
What scrub
I mean
brush?
the wire brush,
Mm.
and just really yank that stuff off. And there we have it so far. I'm gonna continue using this on both sides. You know what? I think he needs maybe a strap. But we wanted to make something a little lighthearted for this month, since it's, you know, not quite a comical themed month, but, you know, looking back on retro things, you know, we did get a good laugh. Any luck there, bud?
Yeah.
Are you taking that off too?
Yeah, because I messed it up while holding it, and I pushed it up to the side. Well, no, I didn't push it up that time. I just smeared it. What?
Just try, you know, I think I'm gonna have a little difficulty getting this piece in there, but
Why
I will
is it
persevere.
doing that? Why did the green stuff split?
maybe from the brush or from.
No, I didn't touch it with the brush whatsoever. That's so weird.
So how's that? Is it working better out that way for you?
Yeah.
Just stick with the green stuff. You should be fine.
I've always liked the green stuff a lot more. I just think it's better in every way. Maybe not every way. It's not as good as filling facts.
I don't.
Actually, it is good at filling facts. It's just so expensive, and it's not that rare because you can easily find it. But it is a lot more expensive than milliput is. We've made a whole video about it. Well, we didn't make a whole video about that specifically, but we made a whole video.
It just takes so long to get that, you know, that it really. It's really, you know, unfortunate that, you know, even ordering it on Amazon, it took over a week, I think, and then that was because it was actually coming from a reseller in the UK. And
Which is still fine.
Yeah, I would rather just go through the seller than have to go through Amazon and then go through, you know, 2 different people to get it.
I mean, that is far from.
It's far from us, but I guess it's close to Spain, you know, technically.
Yeah.
But there's. Can you see that? And on the other side, I will do something similar, but I also want to give him a weapon, even though he can't possibly use one.
No, just give him some sort of cannon on the side.
Yeah, it was, you know, that's not a bad idea. Maybe put it on like a turret almost.
Like the turtle?
Right, like the Archon Companions miniature. That's not a bad idea.
You were very wrong.
How am I very wrong?
It's a joke.
Because I thought that's where we got that.
What?
I thought that's what that was, what you were talking about.
No, video titles.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what we called that video.
Because you were wrong.
The Druid was right, and I was wrong. God, that was a
You
long
don't
time
even
ago.
actually say it. Yeah, it was a long time ago. We've done this for a long time now.
Yeah, August will be 1 year for us.
In November will be the 6th anniversary special of the best video on this platform.
Which is?
Mathematics.
Okay, I'm not sure what that is.
It's a video that I made up on.
Oh, when you were just a little bitty kid.
Oh, what was that? 3?
I don't honestly
7?
know.
I don't know. Yeah, I can do like that. But still. Yeah, I don't even know why I did those things.
Well, because you were a little kid, you discovered YouTube, and you.
I discovered it when I was like, what, 5, 3, 2, 3. 3, I thought it was 5. No, that's too thick. And also too high up.
Go ahead and use all that green stuff if you can. Make it easier on yourself.
Well, what else would I have to use it on?
Well, no, I mean, instead of trying to use this milliput. This little guy is going to be their pack animal.
Little?
Well, you know. And I'm going to go off camera and wash my hands because I've got this stuff all over me. Can you scoot over just a little bit, bud? I'll be right back, folks.
So yeah. This, again, milliput is a thing that I've always stated that I don't like that much, and it's only good for 2 things, at least for me. And the reason why I said that I like this before is because it is really good at those 2 things. However, it's not good at this, at sculpting. Also, I think it's. I mean, I'm still gonna do some parts with green stuff because green stuff is better. But yeah, pretty much green stuff is better. I mean, the reason why people have used it for sculpting on many occasions is, well, the reason why is obvious because it's good. But milliput is better for what, because green stuff, as we both have said before, it's there's no point in saying it again. We even said it in this video, but still, green stuff.
Well, that's looking good, buddy.
I feel like we should only use green stuff for sculpting and adding things that need a lot of detail.
Lesson learned. Are you using all these little bits?
I think this is.
I would just use the green stuff.
Yeah, but I think it might actually work now. I mean,
No, it's very sticky.
I mean, before I put it on, obviously, I'm gonna test it here. Okay, no, it's still not that.
Yeah, it's.
What it needs to, because this stuff was made specifically for a purpose, and that purpose was not sculpting.
You know what? I think I am going to go with the Archon radar dish.
Really?
This is just too tiny. I was thinking of giving him a radar dish, but we have a much nicer one, and we have extras from the stretch goals from the last Kickstarter, and it's just so tiny. But you know what? I think I can just pop that in there. That looks okay. Just use it as one more Gribbly on this Mechasaurus here. See if we got anything else I can add. You know what? I like that rifle, but I've only got a few left. Oh, where are you going to put those weapons on him? We forgot to show. He picked out these two. I think this is actually an old Tuscan Raider rifle, and I'm not sure.
Pretty sure it isn't.
I'm not sure what this one is at all. Actually, that's perfect for what I'm looking for to mount on this little dino here.
That's why I used it.
No, for like a turret.
That's exactly what mine is too.
Oh, really? Okay. If I can just find, you know, I'm going to use some of this and take my chances.
I'm not gonna do the one at the tail until the very end. I've messed it up too many times.
Oh, okay. Just, you know, be patient. You'll get through it. It's not rocket science.
Okay, that will be it for tonight. We thank you for putting up with us, and yeah, good night.
Well said. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll be back Sunday.
No, we'll be back Saturday.
Sunday to paint some more of the Xeno Dragons, and you will get to see these in their full glory, painted up, and
Those are
ready,
pretty much done.
ready for action
The back next, which
in
we
the
painted.
Sunday show-off show.
Which is definitely. I mean, it's almost there. It's almost the end of the month.
Oh my God, not that again. We round up when it comes to things, but
He rounds up, but he rounds up way too much. That's like rounding up 5 years to 10. That's because that's just, yeah.
so thanks for putting up with our silliness, folks. We'll see you guys Sunday. Have a great weekend. It's already started for us, huh?
Technically, yes. The week is technically ending. I mean, the week's almost over. So is the month.
Let's say goodnight, Shorty.
The week is much like the month, which is just like the video.
Say goodnight.
Buenas noches.